imagine if you had to live under those conditions. And here, it's been a long time since anything of this magnitude has come along, probably nearly 50 years. But it shows that it never ends there. And when something like this does happen, I think you've got to, when we've had legislation that looks like was intended to prevent this, and it went through, I think according to the senator, unanimously, this should be a slam dunk that we'd want to make sure that nothing can leak free out of any other type of aid that would help something like this either persist or happen again. If the report in the Wall Street Journal is accurate, Iran was closely involved in the planning and execution of the horrible terrorist act on Israel. If that is the case, then it appears the $6 billion in cash unfrozen for Iran freed up resources to aid the attack. We should suspend those funds immediately and permanently. We must also take extra steps to make sure the United States is not inadvertently funding terrorist activities. This bill, a simple one, the Stop Taxpayer Funding of Hamas Act, would do just that. Under this bill, the president will have to certify that no U.S. funds are able to go to Hamas or members of Hamas. It would also make sure that funds are not benefiting organizations controlled or influenced by Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, or any other terrorist organization. It's simply put in specificity what we all should be for. With President Biden's announcement today that he intends to send $100 million in aid to Gaza, we need this legislation to become law immediately. The American people need to feel confident that their tax dollars are not going to fund the mayhem we saw in Israel at the hands of Hamas terrorists. I yield the floor to the senator from North Carolina.
Madam President.
Senator from North Carolina.
Madam President, on October 7th, Hamas terrorists launched an unprovoked and barbaric series of terrorist attacks inside Israel. Over 1,400 children, women, and men, they were brutally murdered. 31 Americans were killed, and dozens remain missing or held hostage. In the wake of such a despicable series of attacks, we must ensure that our taxpayers here, that our taxpayers are not being, their dollars are not being sent to aid these terrorist killers. 2 years ago, one of our own State Department officials in the Biden administration, he acknowledged that the possibility that aid to the Palestinians